Bonjour everyone, this morning we reviewed the Type 71, which is the tier 10 of the new Japanese heavy branch, and right now we're gonna take a look at the tier 9, which is still one of the most surprising tier 9 heavies you can play. Let's find out. When it comes to the turret armor or the overall armor of the tank, even if on paper it doesn't seem to be a lot, trust me, when correctly angled you are just impenetrable. But I'm gonna demonstrate that a little bit later. Let's focus on the other statistics such as the gun. The gun is a nice balance between a great and an average gun, because when it comes to the greatness of it, you have the average penetration, which is good. The reload time of 9.8 seconds will do the job. On top of that, the gun depression 9 degrees if you are using the same equipment as I'm using, which is probably, in my opinion, the best one to equip. To finish off with the not necessarily the best gun dispersion, 0.31 is still in the norm with the crazy aim time at 4.5 seconds. It's kind of a lot, meaning that with this tank, if you want to correctly aim at your targets, you will have to wait for your full focus. Now for the rest, and specifically the mobility, you have a good one. It's not the best out there, but it will allow you to take advanced and aggressive positions, which is exactly what you are entitled to do. But if you want to make it more like a medium rather than a big heavy, I would recommend you to play it with the improved suspensions in order to increase your average speed plus your terrain crossing abilities. That being said, let's take a look at the armor. When not angled at all, you will see that it's quite easy to penetrate the tank pretty much everywhere beside the upper part of the hull. If you are using gold shells and you are tier 9 or tier 10, just switch to those and you should be able to completely wreck it off. But if you use all your degrees of gun depression, it becomes much more difficult to get penetrated. And of course, if you manage to get yourself 9 degrees of gun depression, which should get you something like that, and use your tank at the maximum, you should be able to bounce even more shells. But keep in mind that unlike the tier 10 that is nearly impenetrable on the turret, this one can be penetrated if your opponents, and specifically the tank destroyers, are using gold shells. Based on what I said about the tank, I think that you pretty much know what you're supposed to do with it, aka hold down. And in order to do this, you must use as much gun depression as possible, which is why I'm using it with the new equipment, allowing me to decrease my gun depression. Now that being said, we're gonna play aggressively because our tank allows us to, and we're gonna try to take a position, a central position, because from here, at the beginning of the game, you will see that I'm gonna be able to sneak 1 or 2 shots on my opponents before they try to get somewhere else. And this is exactly what you're supposed to do with this tank. Here it's not a live battle, it's a pre-recorded one, and I wanted to show it to you because I just took the perfect position and I just showed the perfect playstyle, or what you're supposed to do with this tank when you are using it with the exact same equipments as I'm using with mine. So you see that I don't necessarily need to push forward, I don't need to play aggressively, I don't need all of that. All I need is to stay into a position from which I have the possibility of maximizing my turret armor. And this is exactly what we're gonna do, because just take a look at that. These enemies, they are all trying to find a weak spot on my turret, but beside the cupola, which is small enough not to be mentioned, they will struggle. And this is the whole struggly thing that makes this tank a good one in my opinion. But is it broken? No. Definitely not. Unlike the tier 10 that truly is packing, this one still suffers from a lot of downsides, such as the fact that if you are playing on a flat ground, it's literally impossible to use it correctly. But here, it's not the case. Here we have the perfect match. We are playing on the right map with the right position and the right equipment. So it's just one hell of a fest for us. But you will find pretty quickly that unlike some tanks that can maybe handle some situations because of their DPM, it's not the case of this tank. Because with this one, when all your allies start dying, good luck making something out of it. But yeah, I'm using the 704 as a cover because right now I know that all hope is lost. All my teammates are gonna get wrecked. So what I want to do is just staying all down and get my shot straight, because when you take a look at it like that, my 9 degrees of gun depression is making this tank nearly impossible to penetrate. But even with this angle, if I was facing a tier 10 tank destroyer using gold shell, or even some of them with regular shell but the equipment allowing you to increase your penetration, I think I would have got penetrated somewhere, maybe next to the gun or something like that. Now you're gonna see the downfall of the tank, because yes, you can bounce everything as long as you stay in all down and use your 9 degrees of gun depression. But when people are pushing you, well, it's another story, and now you are no longer the hunter, you are the prey. And this is how my beautiful tank just got rigged. Now, fellas, we're gonna go for a live battle, and hopefully we're gonna make the best out of that tank. What we need to do in order to get this done is to be in all down. That's all that is needed. But keep in mind one thing, even if you're in all down, you can get penetrated. So you always need to take a look at what kind of enemies you have in front of you in order not to make any stupid decisions that could cost you a couple of hit points. So, a base capture, they are already trying something. Are we gonna go straight on the base? I don't think it's the best idea. We don't have the mobility for that. Neither the armor if we're playing on flat grounds. Let's just wait and see if we can see the enemies. Did they all really went on the base? Like... yeah, it seems like they did. Okay, not a problem. We're gonna try to get a shot on the Hori real quick. Come on. Thank you, E75, for blocking my shot. Really appreciate it. Now we gotta go in. We're gonna use our gun depression. We have to get this done. Hopefully, they will not be able to capture the base at all. There we go. Sticking the first shot, and now using the mighty adrenaline. We have the advantage because from this position here, we are perfectly capable of inflicting a couple of damage, and this is exactly what we're gonna do. Even if the Action 10 decided to kill himself for no reason, we are gonna make the best out of our tank. There we go, 9 degrees of gun depression. Unfortunately, it was not enough. I need to go back. I'm gonna get penetrated once more. No, we got lucky, fellas. We got lucky. There we go, sneaking a shot on that T95, and now I gotta escape, because of course with my tank, if I do not stay in all down, I get penetrated. Not a problem, we got the IS-8, now we want to get the T95 and we're good to go on the others. Come on, let's kill the fella if we can. Nice, 2 kills already, and now heading for the third one. Can we put our tank in side scrape and see how it performs? Yes, we can. Got the ammo rack, so it seems like the ammo rack is located at the front of the tank, which is kind of a bad news, but that's how it is. Okay, third kill. No, it's not. Maybe we can go for the T54 lightweight instead. Yes, we can. And now, well, we are not at our advantage. Am I gonna bother with the Conqueror? There we go. He got the shot. I get the kill. Everyone is happy. Let's go on the VK, which is... wow, camping here, seriously? At least it's gonna allow me to test my all-down abilities for you fellas. There we go. So there is the VK. If we stay in all-down, I don't think that he can do anything. Is he? Is he AFK? Oh my gosh. Oh no, he's not AFK. It's probably just a bot or something like this. Come on, the 8 degrees of gun depression doing God's work. And you see that, well, the flexibility the 9 degrees of gun depression gets you is truly something needed. Just take a look at how easy it is for me to wreck that poor VK. I'm taking some shots in the back, but who cares? Who cares? I need him to bounce or miss. Perfect. Someone is gonna kill that VK, I guess. Here I'm probably gonna get penetrated, except if I can probably use my gun to... no. I can't do this. And yes, we got the kill, boys. We got 4 kills already. Heading back to the T54, and we are good to go. Maybe that is going to be our 5th kill. Who knows? That would be perfect for the video. No, it's not going to be the case. So yeah, you see through this replay that with this tank, as long as you're in all down, people will bounce you. But if they push you, it becomes harder and harder to be able to bounce. And therefore, it's gonna make it not as broken as the tier 10, because the tier 10 can still work without having to angling it and without having it being in all down only, which is not the case of the tier 9. And I think it's a good deal, because at least we get a good tank that is not broken, quite average if you ask me. And before we finish the video, I just want to show you something. When you click here, it opens something. There is nothing to show in it right now, but maybe that it's an Easter egg for something else. Who knows? Hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And personally, guys, I'm going to see you soon for a new video. Tell me in the comments if you like this tank or not. Bye.